It was an improbable event. A World Series of Poker in Las Vegas in 2021. Players from all over, close together in the shared experience. But it happened, and it's glorious.
Oh! Yes! There we go.
So who's next, Chris?
The sweat is on!
From thousands, we are down to mere hundreds. The lucky ones to be here, trying to get there. On day 5, there is so much at stake. When no one thought there would even be a day 1. And yet, here we are, once again from the Rio All-Suite Hotel and Casino, day 5 of the 2021 World Series of Poker main event. Coming your way, of course, from Las Vegas. I'm Lon McCarron with Norman Chad and Jamie Kerstetter, bringing you down the final stretch as we march towards the final table. The day began with 292. We're down to 234 right now. Just a few of the tables in the Amazon room in use right now. The chip leader at the moment is that man right there with almost 6.5 million, Ramon Colillas. And the Spaniard is the one in charge for the moment. And the bad news is, for everyone else, Chris Moneymaker out here on day 5. He was so fun to watch at the feature table. Chris made quite an impact, not only on, of course, poker, but on this main event. And yeah, nobody's going to repeat this year. Kui Win out here on day 5 as well. So Moneymaker and Kui playing big aces, running into pocket pairs, and sends them to the payout cage. As mentioned, 234 remained. Chip average about 1.7 million. Current payout almost 39,000. All 9 at the final table guaranteed $1 million. Up top, $8 million. And at our featured table, 2 of the big names in the game, Nick Petrangelo and Chance Kornuth.
Good luck, everybody.
Norman, you gonna have fun today?
Well, you know, it's what is this, day 5?
Day 5.
Oh boy, here we go.
Day 1A is always fun. 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, and on F I love. Day 2 is a blast. Day 3 is pretty cool. Day 2, we had 2 of them this year. Day 4 I thought was terrific, but Lon, nothing gets me more stoked than day 5.
Hello, day 5. Hello, aces. That's Bobby Feathers with aces, and Pierre de Alameda with queens with the raise. Jamie, you gonna have fun today?
Of course. As soon as Norm's little shtick about the days is over, I can have fun.
Okay. You will grow to love it. You will grow to wake up in the middle of the night screaming those words.
What's your name? Breno. Breno? Yeah. Chance, nice to meet you, Breno. Pleasure, man. Hey, Breno, how you doing? Awesome. How about you? Great. Cooler than I do,
so it's going to work its way around to De Alameda, 31-year-old French player with 1 World Series cash.
Yeah, starting below 20 big blinds, you're just not getting away from queens. You don't want to get away from queens. Just going to get some really bad news.
Well, he was the one in the field that thought he was knocked out the other day and survived. I think it was yesterday we saw him.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was trying to fade the 9, and the turn, I believe, was like the 8.
It was all 4
and
spotters
the 10,
everywhere, yeah.
Players all in.
And yep, he knows. He knows before he even sees. And now the queens on their back, aces on their back.
Stand on TV, aces.
Bobby Feathers, pro gambler from Las Vegas, looking to score a knockout.
Oh my God. Going to be shocked.
Could be a good little shot in the arm if the aces hold up for Bobby Feathers.
See if you can keep that hoodie for the whole 2 hours. These lights, they're killers. Yeah, that's my
Nice, safe flop for Feathers.
Paint's a little uncomfortable to see, especially a red paint card if you're feathers.
Looking for queen.
Good game.
5 of spades, and that is it. You heard the good game. Pierre de Alameda out of the main event. Looking for the payout on day 5.
Nice hand.
Thank you. One way to start it.
Yeah, why
Start-
didn't I
start
take
on
the
TV.
4 seed card?
Start your TV career.
Bobby, you said if
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
Bobby, you said if you stack someone.
Oh, no, that's not quite what I said. No.
Not to be this time. No lucky cards fell for de Alameda. Second World Series cash. Bobby Feathers with $112,000 in live earnings before this main event. Secondary feature table just next door. Got things fixed up on the Cuervo payouts, brought to you by Jose Cuervo. There are no strangers. You see where we are on the payouts right now, between 226 and 288. Stephen Chidwick here, first number 1 on England's all-time list, number 1 in everyone's hearts. Good guy, good family man. No real home, just travels around, plays poker with his family and a new kid who he got to see a lot of during the pandemic when they were up in Canada during the lockdown.
Yeah, and Stevie is someone who, if you ask
Raised to
pros who the best
60,000.
player is, his name comes up very often. He just gets credit from everyone. He's just a total machine.
Getting obsessed with short deck, as a lot of the top pros are, and final table of the short deck event this year at the World Series did Stephen Chidwick. All right, back to our main feature table.
This table's considerably warmer than
Chance Cornuth
Oh,
still the
yeah,
big
it's
stack here,
a lot.
3.9 million.
Those
Bobby
lights
Feathers
are
moved into second.
it's like 100
Yeah,
degrees.
yesterday I was here sweating like
Yeah.
Call.
seat 5. It's even worse. If all the lights are directly to you.
Yeah.
That's where I were yesterday.
2 players.
Happy to be back.
Yeah.
Taylor, would you please request cocktails for us?
Good to be feathers so far at this feature table.
Players are requesting.
Takes a player out,
cocktails.
aces of queens, flops top 2 the very next hand.
Cold beverages.
Fair enough.
Check. 75,000's a bet.
Norman walking around the Amazon, a bit of a cavernous feel back in the room with so many empty tables. 3 tournaments going on out there, though. But
Yeah, but as you said, we will have a new world champion this year. No Chris Moneymaker reprise, no Qui Win. And as you walk around, there's 200 plus,
225,000.
only about 5 women left, so unlikely that a female will become the world champion, but we still have just a handful in the field.
Listen, Dragana, who we haven't focused on yet, is at table C with a pile.
yeah,
So-
one of the chip leaders.
Yeah.
And she has always had a pile. She was 18th after her day 1, 16th after her day 2, 8th after day 3, and 8th after yesterday's action. Living on the peak.
So, I don't want to butcher his name. Is it Skelos?
Sure.
Sure. Interesting spot for Skelos with 7-5 of diamonds. You see bet this board being an early position raiser. Early position raiser is not usually going to have a lot of this board.
I led
So-
you down the wrong path. It's Skyless. But
Skyless?
continue.
Okay. I was doing some, the Odyssey kind of.
Yes.
But yeah, it's not the type of board that the early position raiser would usually hit this hard. So then when he bets and he gets check raised, he's wondering, am I just getting check raised because this is a board I shouldn't have a piece of? But he does. He's got middle pair and a gutter ball.
500,000 is the bet.
George Olson announcing the bet in the box in Cave Creek, Arizona, was here to deal it in 2005.
Healthy bet from Feathers. Just trying to end the hand right now. His top 2, the board is getting a little bit dirtier.
Gets
Skylis
the fold.
gets the hint and folds his pretty good hand.
Feathers saying he's striving to be the most well-rounded gambler in the world. I'm not exactly sure what a well-rounded gambler is.
I guess you'd figure out how to bet on everything. Who knows? Solve for wide tournament summaries. We see Chris Moneymaker head for the payout line, eliminated in the early action here of the second level of day 5.
The good part about getting deeper and deeper in the main is the payout line gets shorter and shorter.
Oh, you do see a silver lining, don't you? Thanks to those of you tuning in to our free YouTube preview of the WSOP main event. Once this preview is over, you can continue watching live World Series of Poker coverage on PokerGO.com. Become a PokerGO.com subscriber now and use the promo code DAVE5 for $20 off an annual plan.
Moneymaker was up at 8 in the morning tweeting about
Raised
college
to
football.
65,000.
You saw him with his iPad watching football on day 5 of the main. Like, how lax can you possibly be?
He lives in the heart.
What do y'all need from me?
George Holmes, banking executive from Atlanta, not far from Chris Moneymaker, who lives in Mississippi. Raises it up. Petrangelo comes along with 6-5.
Thanks, brother. Lifesaver.
Norm, your phone's going off.
First of all, I can't believe I looked.
If that were your ringtone, I would die. Something all like upbeat and peppy.
Yeah, that was nice, huh?
Top pair, continuation. Holmes takes that pot. Fourth member of our group covering the action for you is Jeff Platt. He caught up with Nick Petrangelo just before our coverage began. And here is that conversation.
Well, Nick, you play some of the highest buy-ins that poker has to offer. What is it, though, about this tournament that stands out for you?
Well, now we're playing pretty high stakes, so this is no different than any of my normal tournaments now. This might be like playing a $200,000 buy-in. But this one stands out because usually aside from the money, the field's so diverse. You know, there's a bunch of different types of players, and the stuff that I play, it's pretty much the same guys all the time. You know what to expect, and the strategy stays pretty consistent, and that's more of like a precision game, knowing the field, and there's just like usually a few amateurs in those fields, and now everyone's different, and you need to adjust pretty much every hand. So it's definitely more interesting, and a lot of different strategies come into play even over the course just from hand to hand. So
thank you for the time. Best of luck on day 5.
Yeah,
all right?
No worries. Thanks, man.
Bang, right back into the action here at this table. Aces for him. That is Kyle Aurora.
170,000.
Corneth with ace king. So Aurora, as you see, with the 3-bet. Petrangelo looks a lot different without his glasses on. Less intimidating, I think. Looks like a nice guy.
He is a nice guy, but he is also very intimidating.
Yeah.
Do you want to see a different side of Petrangelo? You could look up his beer reviews. He does these joking reviews that are just amazing. So he definitely has a funny side to him that's not apparent at the table when he's very serious.
Skyless in the big blind, thinking about, what does Ali say? Duck hunting?
That was a great Nintendo game.
Yeah.
You should have hit the muck like 2 hours ago. There we go.
About
It's not enough to set mine. You're not going to be set
1.7,
mining to a 3-bet when there's someone left to act as well. This is just a cold deck, and on about 40 big blinds, I don't know what we're going to do for chance. I don't think you get away from this.
$170.
170 total, yes.
I mean, this is great.
Call.
Decides to just flat. I think a lot of people just find a way to get it all in when it's about 40 bigs and see the terrible news, but
2 players. Check.
Aurora okay with those diamonds on board.
a bit scary.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the
Chance
board's
can have
connected.
all those pairs for sets. Chance likes to play a lot of pots, so when he's flatting the 3-bet, he really can have all of this board.
155,000 is the bet.
Right.
It is nice to have the ace of diamonds in your pocket there.
He is going to use his chips to squeeze some information now out of Chance Corneth.
And protect your hand against some, there's a lot of bad turn cards for aces here. We see he's crushing. Chance has 0.3% next to his name, but, Chance's range includes a lot of hands that Aurora should be afraid of.
And Chance knows that as well. chip leader coaching.
Call.
Hoping to teach Aurora a lesson here, but it is Chance being schooled right now.
Check.
Got to make some hay.
Yeah, I'd continue betting through this card. This is not a scary card for you. Also, your stack is relatively shallow at this point. You're okay getting in all your chips when you're about 1.5 stack to pot ratio. Perhaps Aurora's check, though, is going to get Chance thinking about bluffing at this pot.
Check.
Chance knows something's up.
Yeah, the queen's a bad card, too, for Chance to try to bluff through because he's hoping Aurora has hands like ace-king and ace-queen. He chopped with ace-king, and ace-queen just got there. I think if the hand played like this, Aurora's got to put in a value bet here, and Chance is probably just going to find the muck.
Cutting out some greens worth 25K each. The orange are 5K each.
$285,000 is the bet.
He does make a pretty small value bet. I wish this was a choose your adventure kind of thing where you could see a turn card that straightens out the board even more, or perhaps another diamond, and just see what Chance would do. Because I don't think Chance's plan was to call the flop and then hit an ace or a king. You know, that's always nice, but I think he had some nefarious plans for this.
Chance is very curious.
$285,000.
He kind of balked on the muck, looked at Aurora, and then cut out his chips and then looked at Aurora.
It's only $285.
When you have 3.5 million, it does seem cheap, right? It's only 285.
But it's only 285.
It's a little more when you start thinking about how much money it's really worth. That might be 50 or 60 grand worth of chips.
4.5 opening stacks at the main event.
Might have left me off the tap.
And actually,
Eights?
You have ace jack?
there's an interesting tweet from, I think it's Derek Walters. He did the ICM value of every chip stack in the main. Just went through and did it. Now it's eye-opening how much even a small stack is worth on day 5 of the main.
Not a good run out for me, maybe.
Maybe. I'll find out in an hour.
You will.
1 hour delay.
30.
See where we are right now. Should
Today for
be
an hour?
30,000 and 30,000. It's nice that we work late and then come back to start the action because there was so much that happened in day 4 that was really a good example of how great this format is of live poker. I mean, the demise of Jessica Kai, who began as the chip leader yesterday. We saw Chris Moneymaker and his roller coaster ride the whole day. Characters like Keith Lear back at a feature table here, asking table-mate Conrad Simpson, well, you know, what the F is that? That was fun. And then another guy who's back with us today, Jack Oliver, talking about somebody being a naughty boy out there.
That was funny.
Just a lot of fun that has happened and that carries through day to day. And everybody remembers what happens when you've got high-profile players at your table.
We need a Conrad and Keith Lear final table. I'm calling it right now. That's the poker boom. We didn't know that's the combo we needed for new boom, but, you know, calling it.
Very delightful. Still a lot of great characters out there, Norman, and they're happy to talk to us and talk at the table as well once they get warmed up.
They're not happy to talk to you.
Outfit for these lights?
Well, that's why I don't go out there. I'm not good with rejection.
I can't believe nobody has trolled Jeff Platt yet with like, hey, are you willing to have an interview with me? And then Jeff walks up like, hey, stand up. No.
No. I'd like to see a table out there all wearing blue suits like that. That would be fun.
Are there enough blue suits on the Macy's rack for all 9 people?
Not
I
now.
don't know.
60,000's the bet. Call.
Bit of an ambitious call from Skyless on a 3-heart board. Yes, he has a gutter ball, but drawing to a 4, only 3 of them that you feel comfy with. And you're out of position versus one of the best players in the world. Not the spot I'd really want to be in.
Check.
Skyless from Manhattan, known as the plumber. You know why, Norman?
I would imagine he might be a plumber.
He is a plumber, yes.
Check.
Well, we had different plumbers during Watergate.
Yes, exactly. Got Bobby Feathers and the plumber here at the feature table.
Yeah. No comment. I like being alive. And now Skyless is going to bluff at it. And it's unlikely to work, especially with the sizing so small.
130,000's the bet. Call.
Right.
I get your cards from this one. Set up. Grab it.
Had another one. Had a backup hoodie.
Set up.
Nice.
So we're looking at Petrangelo, lead tourney coach at Upswing Poker,
It was bent.
multiple tournament courses, and a security consultant for Poker King.
All right, over to our secondary feature table. We do have an all-in Ben Herman, 36-year-old financial advisor from Dayton, Ohio, with ace-jack, and his neighbor Dan Dyke with the jacks made the call. Herman at risk. Ace-jack looking for help. Could be worse.
Okay, a couple more.
Take a spade on the turn.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
You'll get a club and like it.
One time.
Ace or queen.
One time.
Good luck.
Thanks, man.
Herman looking to stick around, and he does not.
Good game, boss.
Thank you, guys.
If you use your one time and it doesn't come through, does it get refunded?
Oh, no.
No, it's just over?
No,
That's not fair.
no, there's like a 3-year waiting period where you get another one. So Ben Herman cashed in the 2014 main event, cashes here in the 2021 main event, knocked out by Dan Dyke. And Herman will stick around and wait for his payout slip. 231 remaining now. So it's just a normal tournament now, the World Series of Poker.
It does. I feel like 300 players in, it just feels winnable. Like everyone's made a run at a couple 100-person tournament before.
Raised to 60,000.
Then you see Stevie with a pile of chips, and you're like, look, second placeable.
Second placeable?
Yeah.
60,000.
Feathers raising to 60K in late position with the ace-7 off, and Petrangelo with the hand. I expect him to go for the 3-bet.
Yep. Boston, Mass.
Raised to 190,000.
Yep.
Breno Campello at our feature table last night. He plays like he's made a lot of money, but no tournament results.
Yeah.
We assume he's played somewhere.
Agreed, but he says he's a cash game blogger, so there's a chance he just plays a lot of deep stacked poker, but without a lot of tournament results.
He was.
Feathers makes a wise lay down with a weak ace. Out of position versus Petrangelo.
Even though Petrangelo has an economics degree from Skidmore, his last job was working golf course management, golf course maintenance when he was in high school. And if that was a golf course where Matt Savage plays, we're talking a lot of divots, a lot of sand trap cleanup.
Overturned golf carts here and there. And yeah, these guys going head-to-head on the felt and off.
Stare,
different
relax.
coaching sites. Hockey, golf versus golf. And the stare. Do you think Nick's stares?
No,
No,
I'm
it's
scared
not.
of him too.
Yeah. I mean, especially if you know who he is and what you're up against.
Interesting too. Didn't you say Petrangelo was golf course maintenance?
Yes.
And Chance was a caddy, I believe.
Oh, that's right. And of course, both now poker coaches. We've got a lot of poker coaches around here. I think we have Tristan Wade over at the secondary feature table.
We do.
Of course, we had Matt Berkey. A lot of coaches here, but then there's the Norman Chad School of Poker.
Appreciate that.
Wow, we haven't heard much about that. How's
No.
that going? Did you get the walls up yet? Or the
Yeah,
curtains?
we're retrenching. The pandemic hurt us on the live stuff, but
Certainly.
when we get back up on, we're talking, better food, better wine, better satellite TV
I don't know.
package.
Personally, I hope you coach everyone.
Oh, wow.
That's a great endorsement of the Norman Chad School of Poker.
I think everyone's missing the point there. Aurora with another pocket pair.
Try to watch these RFPs take off on us. Raised to 60,000.
Yep, I'd hit the muck too. Under the gun raises, excuse me, tend to be a little stronger than ace 10. You don't want to be flatting under the gun 1, the hand like that.
Call.
Do have a new player. Saw for second in seat 3. Robert E. Lee. Norman.
The Robert Ely?
Call.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
So pocket pairs abound.
Huh.
Yeah, we are all going set mining unless Campello decides to make a play at this, which I wouldn't recommend even with a fun hand like this facing an under the gun open. You can just come along also. This
Call.
is fun.
8. Started with 8.
Once again,
Call.
like last night, we're 5-handed to the flop. Day 5 of the main.
Mm-hmm.
Don't see that very often.
5 players.
Our DJ from last night with a colorful jacket ended up with a big stack today.
You scared them all off. Yeah.
Finished strong.
Sat.
King, 8.
Boat.
Hello, Mr. Aurora. Got paid with the aces. What can he do with this?
Slow play and hope of 6 turns.
Yeah.
You do want to bet, though. It's just we see he's up against absolutely nothing. I mean, the 10s will probably come
80,000
along
is a
for
bet.
one. This is a spot where if you're up against a decent king,
Call.
you get to double up. Or at least take a huge chunk out of someone else's stack, but unfortunately he's not up against much.
Yeah, Chance looked a little sick when the call was made and turned in his cards.
Two players.
You're right. For an hour. Looks like it's 1 hour. Yeah.
Check.
Checks the turn again.
Even when you said that, I didn't believe it. Yeah.
Plummer might think he has the best of it now.
Yep. Just going to flush those
I
chips
probably
down the toilet.
125,000's a bet.
Double up. Not double.
The plumber can afford it.
Can you imagine being a plumber in Manhattan? I mean, it's
I don't wanna think
terrible,
about it.
terrible work, but I'm sure it,
Oh, yeah, it's terrible work. It pays for a lot of buy-ins.
yeah.
Hey, you can't even find a plumber in Los Angeles. They're booked until New Year's, no matter when you try to schedule them during the course of the year.
You should move to Manhattan.
You think you can find one in Manhattan?
Well, because they're in Las Vegas.
I have nothing against Skyless, but I really hope he busts so we could stop talking about plumbing.
Raised to 265,000.
We're going to run this one into the ground.
I know.
Call.
And Aurora check raising his boat and getting paid.
Wait till he tanks.
Oh,
Then we're
jeez.
bringing the good
Ugh.
stuff. Full house versus pocket tens. And Aurora's thinking, I hope. That third heart out there.
Skyless has just shown himself to be very sticky. I'd probably go for a healthy bet here. Just looking at Skyless' stack, though, of 1 million, I wonder how much he's willing to pay. Maybe go for half pot. Can also jam here and just hope you're up against a king. Just a pot size bet.
Couple of stacks of green.
Wonder if he's eyed Skyless' stack. He's putting him most in, it looks like.
945. 945.
945.
Gonna leave him 2 big blinds.
How did he come up with 945? "59-year-old Skyless." Decision.
It's tough. After getting check raised on the turn and calling, and your opponent wants to put you basically all in for a pot-sized bet on this river, I think the writing's on the wall. We have seen Skyless, though, in the only hands we've seen so far, how many, 5 or 6? He's been sticky in all the ones he's played. Peeling with that 6-5 of diamonds on an all-heart board with just a gutter ball out of position. He likes to play. He does not want to fold.
Yeah. This is not for all his chips, but it would be for all his chips. Eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I think Aurora sizes down if he knows the type of hand Skyless has. It's just like, it's so likely to be a king the way it's been played that he just went for all of it.
He did. Yeah. Question remains if he gets paid by any of it. Aurora having a nice feature table right now. $2.5 million. A few more knockouts happening in the field. Payout goes up to $44,200 now on day 5. 10K buy-in. Aurora, MBA from Rice University.
Yeah, we got a pretty well-educated group of players here at both of these feature tables we're looking at. And most of them not choosing to use their education outside of the poker room.
I told my kids college is just a way to learn about life, learn how to research, learn to discover what you love.
It's fun as well.
Well, there's
like
that too.
People discount that a little bit when they talk about going straight from high school to poker. I'm like, yeah, you did miss out on some socializing and you know, reading some books and things.
Learning how to be an adult.
Yeah.
Well, Skyless back at it, calling the Petrangelo raise. Beginning of each day seems to get a little more and more serious than the previous, and they seem to warm up to each other. Particularly in the later levels. 6s against Jack-8 suited. Nice 6 there. Skyless does hit his set.
Petrangelo with just enough of this to possibly c-bet. He's got backdoor hearts, overcard. Some straight possibilities coming.
120,000 is the bet.
Talked about last night, the characters, and one of them we focused on was Matt Berkey.
Players all in.
He's all in.
And that's going to end the hand, but not exactly getting max value out of middle set.
But Matt got in trouble last night, rebuilt his stack, and then got short and got knocked out today. Acknowledged that even though he runs a training site, he made a bad move, and he owned up to it again. And now Chidwick with Queen 8 has the open ender against Park's aces.
500,000.
Over at this table, we've got an economics degree, a business degree, a psychology degree, an East Asian studies degree, an MBA in finance, an electrical engineering degree, an industrial engineering degree, and then you got Stevie Chidwick, who probably has them all covered money-wise.
Actually, Park, who has the aces right now, Columbia University grad along with Richard Lee.
Yeah, 2 Columbia University grads at the same table on day 5 of the main event. You know, I thought that school was only known for its football program. That's amazing.
So to catch you guys up, Chidwick defended the big blind and then check raised this flop on total airball, and then turns just the amazing 7 to give him an open ender.
It gets called by the aces. Stephen Chidwick still wanting here.
That is not going to help Chidwick bluff this. Park with basically pot left in his stack.
Chidwick prefers the smaller high roller fields and the strategies amongst everyone who's on an equal footing. But once he gets deep in a large field tournament, he just has a ball.
Oh, wow. And Chidwick is going to put them all in. I mean, ace is a card where it does change things a lot of the time, and Park may fold his queens and kings, but we see him improve to a set.
Henry Park does make the quick call, and the South Korean now living in Las Vegas with a monster double up to almost 4.7 million. And then baby coming in December is going to need a lot of new shoes, and that could help out.
Man, just like, look at this hand though. Stevie just puts max pressure on all the time. Check raises, flop, barrels through turn, jams river for pot. If you're Park and you have an overpair that wasn't aces, you probably hit the muck.
Stephen Chidwick did his level best to win that pot, but he ends up paying off Henry Park, who has built a monster stack here. All right, a lot of action going on in the Amazon. Not all of it main event. Let's get to Jeff Platt out there right now.
Day 5 of the main, you can feel a certain buzz in the Amazon room as we find John Morgan. All right, John, now stand up for me, please. It is good to see you. I know you play this for the love of the game. Why are you so passionate about poker?
I just like to play it. You know, if I played sports and did all the things when I was growing up, this is a way to continue having some people get together and play your brains out on some of this stuff. But it's really nice to play with these young kids, especially because they're really good, and you watch them play and get a chance to talk to them. Keeps you young. And so I think that poker has kept me young because I'm 80, incidentally.
No way.
Yeah, no, I'm 80. I'm 80.
What was it like to walk into these doors on day 5 of the World Series of Poker main event?
I was tired. And I'm tired now. As I was saying to the guys here at the table, is that I was a marathon runner for a while. That probably prepared me better for this World Series than playing poker because I am really tired. And you got to reach back. It's, you know, when they're younger, they're tired too. And of course, they some of them burn the candles at both ends. You know, they stay up later than I do. But I'm just really happy to play with them, and this is a great event. I've never gone this deep. I've never gone this deep in the World Series, and you know, we'll see how it turns out. But it's been a fun time.
It's been fun watching you. We hope you find some energy throughout the rest of the day. Thanks for joining us.
I'll get some energy.
Okay, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
John Morgan won a bracelet at the World Series in 1996, and as he mentioned, he is 80 years old, the oldest player remaining here at this main event, and he would become the oldest main event champion ever.
I saw a tweet about Minnesota dealers being excited he's making a run. He's apparently an extremely generous tipper when he wins some of these tournaments, so good for them.
It's like nobody's done that, right?
Yeah, I'm sure the legal for that is much.
Jiyoung Woo's turn with pocket sixes in the 1 seat. And Robert Lee, aforementioned, with ace-10 of diamonds on the button here.
Raise to 65,000.
He called.
He just called to 65,000.
You have like 1.2.
Lee takes the conservative route. Ace-10 of diamonds definitely good enough to 3-bet, but he's going to be in position. Very nice hand to play.
And Juan, you said this was Robert E. Lee, right?
Yeah, that's how I have it.
Well, there's only one Robert E. Lee that we know.
That we know of. Now we know two.
If this is a different one.
Well, that's the point. We have not had a chance to talk to him, and you could be very correct.
I think you might be incognito because it's saying he lives in Boston, and the Robert E. Lee I know would not live north of the Mason-Dixon line.
Just say something.
Wouldn't venture there, even during his off days.
Of course not. You know, even if you walked into Cheers, which is a nice place and where everybody knows your name, I think knowing his name, he's not going to get a cheerful.
What is it they scream out when the guy comes in?
Norm!
Oh, right.
But that's not me.
Yeah, I know. But you think this might be Robert E. Lee?
Yes.
Until we have any confirmation, I'm going to have to go with you.
Thank you.
Norman.
Check.
It's a good spot for Wu to start putting some chips in the pot. But
maybe next
it's
time.
Checked around. 6 is still good, though. Perhaps you're going to be bluff catching with your 6s now, and you might win a little bit more than I would have.
Did you find yourself with a lot of bluff catchers in your day one? No.
I don't remember making the best hand on day one.
No.
It was a really brutal day.
Oh.
I did triple barrel bluff off quite a few chips with ace high, though.
200,000 is the bet.
So it's Petrangelo stepping up.
Yep, but just queen high. That board is good for a big blind defend range, though. He's the most likely one to have a 5, a 9, a 7. These guys in later position with the raises more likely to have real hands. But it's like Wu's thinking about it. He's played his hand so passively, he looks like he's empty. Checked it all the way down. Would not fault him for bluff catching here. It would be good this time. And normally it's not that much fun to be in the middle of the sandwich, but when the button has played it passively as well, he's so unlikely to have a hand.
Sixes.
Nice call.
And there you go. So Wu gets it done. Born in Korea, living in Irvine. Poker Pro. 9,600 in World Series winnings. And he's going to improve on that. Thanks for watching a free preview of our live World Series of Poker coverage. Become a PokerGo.com subscriber now to enjoy unlimited access to our World Series of Poker coverage for this year and next. High Stakes Poker, Poker After Dark also, and a lot more. Use the promo code DAY5 for $20 off an annual plan.
The $10,000 Stud 8 Championship is just underway. As you know, I'm out of sleeper picks here at the main event, so I'm using Craig Chait, Sugar Britches, one of my fallen sleeper picks, to be my sleeper pick in the Stud 8. And then I heard from Matt Vengren, who was a little upset. Matt Vengren with 4 finishes this year in the World Series in the final 3 tables, thinks he should be the sleeper pick. And speaking of sleeper picks, the supplemental sleeper pick of Jamie Kerstetter has fallen by the wayside today.
Yeah, David Lappin got it in ace-queen to 2 big pairs. I think he was up against queens and jacks or something like that. Yeah,
since we'll play,
GG, buddy.
Thank you. A few years ago, I watched some of your videos.
So yeah, the 10K set high-low in the tan section and the other tan section. The last couple of tables, the little one for 1 drop.
So now
and
you
the
know I know
orange section, the $1,500 mixed no-limit PLO 8-max tournament happening inside Amazon.
A long time. I'm talking about Rio.
Thank you.
Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was wonderful. Thank you so much.
I
can't believe guys like you do it. You know, like
We're stuck together.
Yeah, it's really wonderful. Thank you.
New player at that table. You saw just take that hand.
And see how much stuff I disagree
Arkady
Probably a good
Onaiku.
amount, but it's not your fault. It's not your fault, you know. You kind of
Originally
operate
from Russia, lives in
do
Las
what you
Vegas.
know and go from there.
See
Right?
on the
Yeah.
Global
I don't
Poker
wanna see
Index,
how I
the Handed Mob bio board
that-
for
that
Stephen
amount of time ago.
Chidwick from
I
Deal,
would have,
England, on the coast in the
I'd be mad at my
southeast
past self.
portion, just across from Calais, France.
And Chidwick getting some credit now for his run at once videos, Phil Galfon's site. I mean, they're extremely valuable. Just getting a little bit of a window into how Stevie thinks. He's been good for so long, been at the top of the game, a lot of pros would say, for a really long time. He once won 101 main event seats in 1 year in satellites. I had won a step 6 satellite to play a 2K sit and go, and all I would do was wait until Stevie was not in the sit and go. It would fill up, and Stevie would enter. I'd be like, I'm out. He won all of them. It's insane.
That is incredible.
101?
That's what his bio says, and I just remember him winning yeah. I don't think he was even old enough to play when he won those.
Tristan Creative Wade, poker coach, entrepreneur, poker pro. Got this table there in the light colored shirt, C3. When I cool with ace deuce of hearts. Thinking about this raise from Henry Park.
So I already have 2 problems with Onicole. He did sit down and was blowing smoke up Stevie's backside about the videos, which I'm sure were very good. He's wearing a No Gamble, No Future shirt. No Gamble, No Future, a PokerGo program co-hosted by Brent Hanks and Jeff Platt. 2 gamblers in the red for their gambling career, way in the red. So there is no future for them.
I would have had a problem with him if he folded his ace-2 suit in the big blind.
Oh, for sure.
But he called, so he has some gamble.
Park hits the 6. One main event cash in 2012 for Park. Finished 222nd. That's about where we are right now, I think.
Absolutely nothing on this board for Onikul. He could have played this aggressively pre-flop on about 20 big blinds. He could have jammed over the small blind raise. But as played, yep, as played, we got hit the muck.
As mentioned, he and his wife expecting their first child come December. And we had Veterans Day a couple days ago. Thank you to Henry Park. He is and always will be a U.S. Marine. Richard Lee sitting in the 1 seat. Chris Williams going to deal it out. And Chris was the one who dealt the quads over quads hand the other day at our featured table. Keith Lear on his bio board. Been a lot of fun. A couple of bracelets. Over $3.5 million in live tournament earnings. The last-minute decision to come here to Vegas.
He wasn't necessarily happy he was on the feature table again today. He said he didn't want to be on the feature table yesterday. He said he didn't want anybody seeing my effing cards. Now I got to go back to playing tight. He's going to have to tighten the ship, he says, because people now see what he's up to pre-flop.
I walked by him and said, can't do the Queen 4 again.
By the way, Lon, you on Twitter was trending, at least in the Keith Lear world, photographs with Robert De Niro. De Niro is a gangster, is what they were saying on Twitter, because he does look like De Niro, and you've discovered that. You nailed it.
Yep. And if it's on Twitter, it's correct.
Oh, God, I hope that's not true.
Wade with the ace-queen 3-bet after Lee raised it up. Tristan, a very educated, very precise, and well-trained poker player. Always enjoyed playing with him through the years here and there.
Good soccer player as well. He participated in the World Cup of Vegas.
How'd you guys do?
We lost with flying colors.
That's what I thought.
So, I mean, I don't know how good these soccer players can be. As you're talking about guys on your team, teammates of yours, and you all were, like, out in 15 minutes.
We played 5 games, Norman.
Guaranteed 4.
Thank you.
Anyway, these players are both pretty deep.
Ooh,
wow, turning the
bet?
ace-10 suited into a 4-bet bluff.
We're like, if it gets boring, we'll watch.
450.
Gross spot for Tristan.
It's fun.
Ace-queen off really shrivels up to a 4-bet. Especially on day 5 of the main. People just don't get out of line that often.
If you look at Tristan's Twitter account, he's got a very calm approach towards life. Just take it as it comes, do the right thing. It's a nice take on things.
He's getting about 3-1. He is in position. If it's suited, I think we never fold. I think we at least peel. This is tough, though. He's going to C3.
All right. Wade calls with a better ace. Big pot. What we're going to see from now on.
I think Lee can see bet this. Ace-King would jam all in most of the time. It's just 50 big blinds left in Lee's stack. Ace-King's not going to flat that much. You're not quite as worried about it. And King-Queens are going to hit the muck a lot facing a 4-bet. So I think I'd continue telling this story. And on a paired board, you could go relatively small.
This is Richard Lee. You've got Robert E. Lee at the other table. Richard, born and raised here in Las Vegas.
Are they still here?
They won't let me.
Bet. 200.
There you go. Small sizing.
Tristan Wade getting 6-1, but still just having ace-queen high. Possibly feeling like he was behind pre-flop and needing to catch.
Thank you.
That paired board,
on this flop.
being at paired kings, it changes the dynamics very interestingly. One bracelet for Tristan Lee, World Series Europe event.
And yeah, even getting 6-1, he lays down ace-queen. Nice bluff by Lee. I mean, on day 5 of the main, putting his stack in a really precarious position if he doesn't get this one through.
Gotta have heart, gotta have heart. Well done for Richard Lee against a very powerful and creative player in Tristan Wade.
We will have a new world champion here next week. Who are we looking at? Oh, we're back to our chip leader.
What this is all in and a call. Aruz Jamshidi, I think, with aces. Robert Brown and Clement Van Dreisch out there. And 2 players at risk against the aces.
Is that it? Aces just scoops these 2 fellas. Rob Brown, Foxwoods reg. I used to play with him a lot. Really nice guy, good player. Looks like he's tweeting his "I'm out of the main event" tweet.
Just in case, typing it out, holding on the send, chronicling everything. Jamshidi with the 2 aces. And the board run out is clean, and 2 players, Rob Brown and Clement Van Dreisch, out of the main event. Double and knockouts are fun. And the ace-10 no good here. Queen's up for Lee. Board complete. And Lee has put out 300,000 into an 800,000 pot.
And Lee was the pre-flop 3-better to 170K. Continued on the flop. Check the turn. And then goes for value on the river.
Maybe today's moving day, Norman.
Oh,
Not yesterday.
really?
Yeah, maybe.
Interesting.
We talked about it yesterday. There was some movement.
There should be more chip movement today.
Yeah.
Yesterday was like moving out day.
Moving out.
A nice 30% value bet on the river by Lee.
Okay. So our featured table lead, picking up some chips. PokerGo's free YouTube preview will be ending shortly, but that doesn't mean you need to stop watching. PokerGo.com subscribers get access to more than 2,500 videos, including live World Series coverage. Sign up now, don't miss out. Use the promo code DAY5 for $20 off the annual plan. 216 players remaining. Chip average approaching 2 million right now. The current payout over 44 grand.
By the way, on day 6, and I will not do it right now, but on day 6, I will be discussing with Jamie, and she's not the only one who uses this term a lot, the value bet on the river. We will be discussing the term the value bet on day 6. That's coming up on the next episode
Raised to 60.
of the World Series of Poker
Does
main
it change
event.
on day 6 for some reason in your school of poker?
No. I'm just
curious.
I just want to, sleep on value bets overnight.
Okay. I was trying to help him with this teaser, you know? I need a reward.
Which is interesting because you said to me when he was out of the room that Norman is beyond help. So you wanting to help him is interesting. Am I talking out of school? I'm sorry.
No. I don't know.
I say such mean things to his face that I think he doesn't worry about
He
what I say
probably
behind his
doesn't
back.
care. Yeah. That's what we love about you.
Corneth stepping out with the Jack 9-0.
Could there be a plumber hand, do you think?
Not
I'm
a
trying to think what a
folder.
plumber hand is. Maybe, I don't know.
Good luck there.
Because the U, because that is a U. We already have jacks, already named fish hooks.
Heads up.
Got to work on the plumber. Anybody out there have an idea on what could be the plumber's hand?
We could ask Faraz Jaka, who is the toilet online.
That's true. That's true.
Does he have a favorite hand?
Yeah. And if you turn the 3 on the side, it kind of looks like what you see when you walk in on the plumber underneath the counter.
That's 80,000.
A check with a flush draw, and with middle pair, chance bets 80,000.
Hey, we saw Skylas play very, very fast when he hit middle set. But it looks like with the nut draw, he's just going to call, hope to get there.
Checks.
No help for Skylas, but Corneth with just second pair, no real kicker.
Checks.
Does check behind.
And there is the club on the end.
Bink.
Also known as the river. Skylas just called the 3-bet.
350,000.
Check called the flop. Check the turn. Now, once again, starting the action.
Just playing passively until he got there and then betting for value. Pretty straightforward way to play the hand. Chance can't be feeling too good about his second pair right now.
No, right, it looks like a more jaded Tom Cruise in Risky Business 2. Years later. Didn't get that Ivy League entrance, and
there's weeds in the front yard.
Weeds in the
Things
front
are
yard.
overgrown.
And cost
wearing
so
the
much
same
more.
underwear.
This is more of the Scientology Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Chance has a piece of the board, but he's wondering if Skyless
Pretty sure I got you this time.
telling the truth.
$350 win?
Correct.
It's really tough for Skyless to have, for Chance to have him. It would have to be a Queen 10 kind of hand that just decided to turn its head into a bluff. It's hard to figure out any other natural bluffs that Chance could beat.
But he's playing against a plumber, so the plumber's maybe not thinking of all that stuff, is he?
I mean, I think the plumber's the most likely one to make a flush.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
We were waiting for you to say that.
First hand.
There's
Chance
the
will
call.
pay it off.
Good for you, man. 2 in a row, right? Like right away.
Right, first two aces. Aces, queens versus aces on the first hand. Remember?
All right, we're going to do TV trivia a little early tonight.
That's how the second hand was.
PokerGO, the ultimate destination for everything poker. Tournaments.
On the river, it's a heart!
Cash games.
Oh, she showed it.
Grudge matches.
You look stupid to everybody.
Lifestyle. And content you can't find anywhere else.
Target.
Score! Watch live or whenever you want. Take a look around. You'll like what you find. Unlock the poker world only on PokerGO.